Hey everyone, Firemac here, and we're going to continue to hopefully the finale. Also, before I actually hop into this, I wanted to show you guys something. While I was messing around on the scene picker, I like to use the scene picker to see how far I am. And chapter 3, I'm missing a scene there. And I'm not sure how that happened. Did I guess one of my decisions makes it skip that completely. I mean, if you know what's up with that, please let me know, because I do want to actually see that scene, and I'll probably record myself getting that scene later on. I'll probably just toss it as a quick bonus before on the next route that I do. But yeah, we go here, chapter 4. We got 5 scenes left. That might I usually run around 3 scenes per episode kind of thing, so this is definitely going to be a lengthy episode if I do take this that far. So, alright, let's just get into it. Let me just pull the mic a little closer. Do like to make sure I'm recording. Yes. Okay. Hana, are you awake? Mai whispered into the darkness. I was half asleep, but I responded regardless. Well, I've been thinking about everything that's happened. Did we ever find out who took the boots? My eyes snapped open. No, I guess we didn't. The silence that hung in the room after my sentence made it feel warmer. I stuck a leg out from under my covers. It wasn't me, for sure. I know, I believe you. But then, who was it? The question rolled around in my mind, gathering fragments of other thoughts like a sticky ball. Never mind. You need your rest. The term is tomorrow, after all. Oh crap, we're gonna find out
Good night.
Oh. Hana. Mai has the cutest voice, I swear. But, Jesus, okay, so that means if the tournament's tomorrow, there's gonna be a lot of things happening tomorrow. Yeah, good night. I heard her turn away. I shut my eyes, tried to find the drowsiness I felt just moments earlier, but something wasn't sitting well with me. I had a terrible, terrible feeling, but tomorrow would go well, for sure. Man, this entire route, Shane has just been hating me. As much as I wanted to believe that, I couldn't. Slowly, I drifted into an uneasy sleep. The tournament was today. I agreed to meet up with Satch to help him move his machine to the tournament hall, and I was just about to knock on his door when... Clearly the culprits. I don't want Hana on this team. I froze. You have no proof, Shane. You can't punish someone for something they haven't necessarily done. There's proof enough. Mai's a kleptomaniac. You're not making sense. We'll lose the tournament if Hana doesn't compete. It would be better to lose than to fraternize with a liar and a thief. Shane! I flinched. I never heard Satch speak in that way. I trust Hana and Mai. They would never steal the boots. There was a heavy silence. Then Shane spoke again, much closer to the door. You're biased. Door flew open and Shane emerged, nearly hitting me in the shoulder. I stared at him, stunned, but he barely glanced at me before continuing down the hall. Satch saw me standing there and came to stand next to me. Did you hear all that? Seeing my face, Satch scratched the back of his neck. Look, Hana, I don't care what Shane says. He might not trust you, but I do. Everyone else should too.
Really?
Would a bad person go exploring the campus at night to look for the boots? Would a bad person go and beg for my job back? Would a bad person take care of Oscar just because? Would a bad person stick by her friend and keep faith in her, even when things look bad? You're not just a good person. You're one of the most thoughtful and selfless people I've ever met. And if Shane or the others don't realize it, that's their problem, stemming from a lack of observation. Not from you. If they knew you like I do, if they felt the way about you. He stopped, mouth agape. Thanks, Satch. Yeah, no problem. Anyway, the tournament is starting soon. I don't care what Shane thinks. You're still part of the team. Let's get this thing over here. Over there. Not over here, over there. I wiped my tears from my eyes and nodded. Right! Satch and I carried the heavy machine out of his room, down the steps and onto the campus. I was thankful for the fresh spring air, taking a brief breath before we hobbled our way across the grounds. It was good we get there early to set up, as my event was one of the first ones. Huffing and puffing, there was little time for conversation as we headed into town. The arcade at which the tournament was being held was much smaller than I expected. I felt like I'd find some kind of convention, but instead it was small, local arcade filled with machines. Smaller rooms split off, which were probably where the individual competitions would take place throughout the day. I don't think I heard this little music before in PBG's route. A few people milled about the space, generally older folk in their 20s and 30s. I glanced at the agenda in my hand and made my way to one of the back rooms. When I entered the competition room, I found 2 chairs on an elevated platform, a computer and a projector sitting between them and hooked up to separate controllers. Ian sat in one of the chairs, looking bored out of his mind.
Good morning.
Ian!
Hey.
It's about time you showed up. I was starting to get worried that you died. Aw, it's sweet of you to be concerned. Is it? Yeah. I was just about to sit down to play when Jeff emerged out of nowhere and stood in front of me, avoiding my eyes. Is everything okay, Jeff? Yeah, but, you should talk with Caddy after the tournament. Okay, why? Well, he's a mysterious foreign exchange student. Yeah, I know that. Maybe not the mysterious part, but... So, look, take my word for it. He's foreign, Shane is foreign. Is that where the connection is being made? Caddy and Shane. Caddy has something against Shane. So, look, take my word for it. Okay, if you say so.
Right on!
Good, thank you! No problem? I really like this music, by the way. I watched Jeff disappear into the crowd and got into the chair next to Ian. A man came over to me to check my name and club affiliation. I said I was a member of the Normal Boots Club, a small surge of pride making me sit up straight as I said it. There were chairs lined up for people to watch us compete, and to my surprise the entire room soon filled. I searched the crowd to find the Normal Boots Club. There they were. Where was he? As I stared wordily into the crowd, a blur of movement caught my eye. Jeff was sitting in a chair on the edge of the row. Yeah, on the edge of the row with the rest of the Hidden Block Club. Watching me carefully. I smiled at him. He looked away. Finally, the lights around us dimmed and the projector started up, showing the main menu of Dumbadoom's Revenge on the screen. It was time to start. As the MC began his introduction and explained the rules of the game, Ian turned to me, a smirk on his face. Sure you're ready for this?
Yeah.
You bet I am. Ready to go? The man turned to us. Ian and I nodded. Then, 3, 2, 1, start to... The game began. I immediately clicked to fill my screen with 2 more lines of blocks. Ian began working with what he had. I scanned the blocks for pink hearts, eliminating one by one, making combos where I could. I still wasn't advanced enough to plan tons of combos ahead of time, but I could make it much more likely for combos to happen through probability. The pinks were all but gone. Green leaves were next. Dumbadoom started flipping at the top of the screen. Ian must be comboing, which meant I had a few seconds before those blocks would fall. I set up a combo on top of the screen and started eliminating the orange blocks below it. Then it happened. A 6 combo jumped out at me from the screen. My eyes crossed as I stared at it in shock. I just had to move the top block over 1 space. Then as quickly as I saw it, it vanished. The blocks looked normal again. You're dead! As Ian's blocks fell upon my humble kingdom, I slid the combo into place. 2, 3, 4 combo, 5 combo, 6 combo, 7 combo, 8 combo! Ian's attack converted into blocks and hovered above mine. I set up several more combos and waited for them to fall. 10 combo, legendary! Dumbledore started farting out rainbows over Ian's zone, and then... blocks. So many blocks! They didn't come in a chunk. They came in a torrential downpour, all over Ian's side, sliding from left to right and back again. Ian blinked, his hands and eyes moving frantically over the screen. I wasn't sure he had ever seen something like that before. I sure hadn't. I continued to combo while this was happening, but at this point, there was no need. Ian's screen filled up. He kept trying to make combos until the very end, but... game over! That was it. I won. I stared, dumbfounded, at the screen in front of me. Ian's mouth hung open. The room was silent. Then...
whoa!
Yeah, Hana!
Aw, yeah!
I knew you could do it! I glanced up to see the room, applauding all of it. Even the Hidden Block Club. The announcer was gaping at the screen. Also, before I go on, I feel like that played out exactly the same way as PBG's did. I mean, on PBG's route. So, in the future, if I start noticing it saying the same exact things, I'm just gonna skip over it. Unless you guys really enjoy me narrating that. I've never seen a score that high! Certain I was red as a tomato, I stood to climb down off the platform. Not so fast! Ian stepped in front of me, grim as always. I braced myself for his infamous sarcasm. But to my surprise, he laughed.
Hana.
That was a hell of a game, Hana. Thanks exactly. That's exactly what I wanted from you. He held a hand up. Yeah, he held a hand in the air, and I looked at it in confusion. Don't leave me hanging.
Yeah.
Oh. I high-fived him, and he clasped my hand in his. Thanks, Hana. That was fun. Then he disappeared into the pressing crowd. I bumped and shoved my way through, searching for Satch in the bundle of people.
Hana.
I turned around. Satch was behind me, grinning from ear to ear. I came just in time to see the end, and that was amazing. You managed to use Ian's strategy against him. How did you do that? Oh, you know, practice? Satch burst out laughing. That's wonderful! What about your match? It's starting soon. Then come on, let's go! I tugged Satch through the crowded arcade floor, moving through a flood of new arrivals playing at various machines. Seems like it's good for business. All participants play free, and you can get a day pass and play as much as you want. Huh? No wonder. We entered the invention room and paused, completely taken aback. Huge TVs lined the hall, and people stood around various consoles, PCs, and other things I had never seen before. A group of middle-aged adults with clipboards were walking around the room inspecting the various inventions. And across the way I saw Jimmy talking to an older lady, presenting something on his 40s to her with a sheepish grin. Thank goodness they haven't gotten to mine yet. We hustled across the room into the back corner where Satch's VR helmet perched on a chair ready for people to try. Satch muttered to himself in a hushed voice, and I moved the helmet and sat on the chair myself. People roaming the room. Occasionally one would stop and ask a question or try something someone had worked on. A robot, a circular treadmill for controlling a character movement. But mostly they were content to look and not touch. This isn't good. I need someone to demonstrate this machine, or I won't get any notice. He eyed me over his shoulder and I rolled my eyes. Me? Well, I would never ask, but if you would.
Yeah.
Of course I will. I held the helmet in front of me, waiting while he turned on the TV screen that would project what I was seeing and doing to the entire room. Just in time, a judge is coming this way. An older woman was at the booth next to ours, talking to a young woman about her invention. Face recognition software for dating applications. Have your virtual boyfriend really talk to you. A virtual dating game, eh? That sounded kind of fun. Her models were definitely in the uncanny valley, though. Ready? Satch peered down at me. Things will be a bit different this time. I got a lot done since you last visited. Just behave naturally and move as you did last time. Okay. I slipped the helmet on my head and gave Satch a thumbs up. Whoa! The machine switched on with a familiar whirring sound, and I felt the dizziness fog my mind once again. Thankfully, by now, I was used to it. When I came to, I found myself in a room I knew well. My classroom. At least I thought I was in my classroom. When I looked around, the only people nearby were... normal Boots members? I was sitting in a desk at the back of the class. Moving carefully, I slowly got out of the desk and moved across the room. It was weird to see my body moving without feeling it. With the helmet on, it felt like I was in the classroom. Not that I was in the first-person perspective I saw in typical shooter games. But I could feel my body. I must have mistaken it for real life, which was cool, but also made me nervous. Please don't sell this to the government, Satch. I stood awkwardly in front of the boys, unsure what to do. What did Satch say? Act normally? Hi! Jared turned to me, sparkling in the fluorescent light. Ah, hello there, good person. He flashed a brilliant smile and bowed low. If you would be so kind as to sit at the front of the room, we can begin. Sure. The Jared in front of me was similar to the real Jared, but different. He seemed like a punched-up version, as if he were on steroids or something. Wow. He was somehow even more beautiful here than in real life. He moved with a flowing grace, like he was made from liquid. It seemed almost unnatural, like an elf from Lord of the Necklaces. Lord of the Necklaces. Really? I sat in Shizuka's chair, and the boys sat at the desk in front of me. Now, we're going to... Gerard stopped mid-sentence, his brow ruffled as if he forgot something. Going to... Had Satch not forgotten this far? Should I do something? Dance? Tickle fight? Make a confession? I wasn't expecting a decision this late. If I dance, that'll be funny. Tickle fight seems a little silly. Make a confession. That could be interesting. I'm gonna make a confession. Though I really do like the idea of just dancing at this point, but make a confession.
Right.
Oh, Gerard's the one supposed to say it. Oh. I thought I was the one who's gonna say it. Making Gerard dance would have been funny, actually. Make a confession, right? In that case, I'll go first. Once I made PBG a peanut butter pie. Whoa, now we're in the kitchen, holy crap. A world swirled out of view for a moment, and then I was in the dorm kitchens, watching PBG and Gerard talk to each other. Wow, you made a pie, alright! Of course, please eat it. You're so generous, Gerard.
You're a great friend.
Nah, I just wanted to thank you for being my friend. I suppressed a chuckle as PBG dipped a fork into the pie and took a bite. So, how is it? Well... PBG froze and dropped his fork. His hands flew to his throat. PBG, what's wrong? I forgot to tell you. He turned to face me, and both he and Gerard gave me a giant thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to peanut butter! Is that true? I don't think that's true. Then they froze. I moved up to them and touched them. Nothing was happening. It seemed this was as far as Satch got. Just as I was about to panic, a door at the far end of the room opened and I saw a flash of pink. Oh god, it's me! It's me! And it's weird. It's weird that I see me. I'm so used to seeing me there in the corner, but now I'm there, in full body. This actually never happened before, like, outside of the intro. It's kind of weird.
Hello.
Other Hana. Hello, fancy meeting you here. It was me. I was talking to myself. Kind of. This was a version of myself I had never seen before. She was beautiful. Certainly more beautiful than I considered myself to be. Oh, now she's glowing. She smiled brightly, and the room around us seemed to glow. No, it was actually glowing. My other Hana's presence made the room glow. I'm happy you came to see me. I was worried about my friends there, so I wanted to check up on them. But I ended up running to a new friend. Don't worry, I've got you. As long as I'm by your side, you don't need to worry. Are you? Something tapped me on the shoulder, and I about jumped a foot into the air. I think. My VR sight didn't change, so I was confused until I heard Satch's voice from somewhere above me. You can take off the helmet now, Hana. I removed the helmet, seeing the real world come into form around me. Suddenly I felt my feet back on the ground. Even though my sense of touch never left me, somehow it only felt real when the visuals around me matched up. Satch stood in front of me, a blush across my cheeks. His cheeks. I think things went really well. Whoa.
Right on.
Whoa. Whoa, okay. Whoa, look what I just figured out.
Right on.
Look what I just figured out.
Right on.
The mouse wheel does this.
Right on.
Wow, okay. The further I go with the mouse wheel, the further it goes back. Okay. Now that I figured that out, if I ever miss anything in the future, I'll know what to do.
Right on.
I knew I could count on you. You thought fast and you saw through the bugs and glitches and messed up scenarios. Without you, the program might have been gotten stuck and the third judge would have never seen what it was capable of. Oh god. Oh god, you tell me if I chose one of the other ones, it would have locked up and everything would have went to hell? Oh shit. Good thing I avoided that.
Thank you.
So much, Hana. About...
Huh.
Anyway, I have to fill out some forms now, so... He started backing away as he said it. Of course, right, I'll just... Yeah, great, bye. He turned and dashed away. I watched him go, bewildered. So... Was that how Satch saw me? If it was, Hello, tournament competitors! The judges' score sheets are now in. We'll tally the scores and announce the winners in a few minutes. Announce? Then Satch really did have forms to fill out? I walked around the room for a bit, looking at the different inventions. Some of them were pretty neat, but I didn't bother trying them out. After my event in Satch's VR machine, I felt drained and a little lightheaded. You know, Jimmy has not shown up at all, and he's supposed to be Satch's competitor. So 15 minutes passed before I heard the MC again. Hello, tournament competitors, and thank you for your patience. I would like to announce our winners. In third place, Jimmy Sunder, with his extremely detailed level design analyzer. Nice, nice. We got a little Sunder shout out there. If you guys aren't familiar with Sunder, he's like the editor for the decks. You know, if you don't know who the decks are, they're like Alex, which is like it's a couple. They talk about Pokemon all the time. Well, Alex works with the Completionists. They do Super Beard Bros together. I mean, if you don't know that, I mean, well, yeah. If you don't know that, I guess you don't know who Normal Boots are. But yeah, Sunder. Nice shout out to Sunder. I like all the little other YouTubers they couldn't like put in, but they like reference by name. That's cool. I like that. Some guy with a crazy hairdo walked up to the front room, grabbed his medal, and bowed. Yeah, Sunder does have a pretty interesting hairdo. In second place, Tom Grachowiak. In second place, Tom Grachowiak, for his robot that can memorize choices, even form the basis of a personality. So what happened to Jimmy Wetzel? Was he not? I mean, they mentioned him once as my competitor, and he just not gonna come up again, is it? An older man received a silver medal, thanking the MC in a Polish accent. I'm not sure what that's a reference to. If that's a reference to somebody, it went right over my head. And in first place, Satchel Drakes for his revolutionary VR that can control movement with nothing but thought. A rush of cheers filled the auditorium. Satch jumped up to the front podium and accepted his gold medal, thanked his audience, and fled. I ran to his booth to congratulate him, but when I got there, he was completely swarmed by people. From the looks of it, some were reporters or businessmen? I bounced up and down, waving at him until he caught a glimpse of me. I gave him a thumbs up and he grinned in return. I wouldn't be talking with him for a while. I left Satch's booth and wandered around the room, wondering what to do with myself. Then I saw Caddy over at Jimmy's booth. There we go, Jimmy. Waiting to speak to him. Suddenly, Jeff's warning came back to mind. You should talk to Caddy. Curious, I approached. He shifted nervously as he watched me come, but I smiled when I stood in front of him.
Hey!
Haha! I'm about to do the worst British impression ever, guys. It's not even gonna sound British. I'm just gonna try to give him like a weird voice. Haha! Fancy me seeing you here! Yeah, that was awful. Prepare for that to change constantly as I keep reading. Yeah, fancy seeing you here at the tournament, where we're all competing. I chuckled and he laughed loudly. Too loudly. I watched him shift his hands into his pockets and glance furtively around the room. Caddy, is everything okay? Yeah, everything is fine. Sorry, I've never been good at talking to cute girls. I glanced at him in surprise and he chuckled. It was flattering, but I realized that I would have rather have someone else said it to me. I bit my lip. You seem rather skittish. Yeah, but I'm always like that, aren't I? He grinned again. Whatever Jeff wanted me to ask Caddy about, he wasn't having it. Finally, free of the people who had been talking to him, Jimmy joined our group. Caddy! Hey, Hana! Oh, and Wallet? Wallet was crossing the room, evidently having come from his events. Jimmy sighed. I guess I never had any chance of beating Satch, did I? Poor you. I worked so hard on that breeding AI for the newest generation Nokamon games. I really thought I could help save so many Nokamon fans so much time. It's okay, Jimmy, you did your best, and that's definitely something you would do. I guess so. How did yours go? About that. While it trailed off, eyes downcast.
Yay!
Yes! I couldn't resist punching the air, joy rolling from my shoulders. That's awful rude, Hana. Sorry. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. Damn, Hana. Savage. I can't believe you actually said that.
Seriously.
I can't believe you lost. Neither can I. I'm going to have to seriously rethink my future career if things are going like this. I think that one hit a little too close to home for Walid. Because currently Walid is like considering stopping his YouTube channel and going on with other things. I wonder if they knew about that when I don't know. Your future career as what? As an actually never mind. As a meme lord? Is that what they're going with that? But now Caddy threw his arms around Jimmy and Wallet's necks. If our events are all over, it's time to have some fun, eh? Why did I just turned him into a Canadian at the end there? Come on, let's go. Tournament players get free games all day. I'm not about to let that opportunity go to waste. And Jesus Christ, he's not even close. He's not even close to what he sounds like. He's not even close to British. You too, Hana. I don't know. I'm very self-conscious about it, if you couldn't tell. I nodded. Let me get my hair out my eyes. Okay, I nodded. For now, the tournament results were unknown, and Satch was being interviewed for his paradigm-shifting invention. There was nothing I could do but play. We played our hearts out at the end of the tournament, roaming from pinball machines to shooters and rhythm games. People left by one for their events, returning with good and bad news, but never did an outside force take a title. But at the end of the day, we were exhausted and sweaty, and the air inside that tiny arcade was muggy with humidity. The MC from the tournament finally tallied the scores and stood on stage, microphone in hand. The winner of the 2015 South-Southwest tournament is the Normal Boots Club! Yes! I screamed and clapped, and we swarmed on stage. The poor MC didn't know what hit him. As we celebrated on stage, Paul grabbed the microphone.
All right.
We'd like to thank all our friends and fans for always supporting us, and there's something else we'd like to do. He grabbed my hand and tugged me to the front of the stage. I looked at Satch in bewilderment, and he gave me a thumbs up. We've treated our friend Hana terribly this past year. We would like to formally apologize to her and her friend Mai. He bowed to me and did the entire rest, as did the entire rest of Normal Boots Club. Even Shane? I waved my hands aimlessly, trying to get this to stop happening. We would like to recognize that Hana is now and has always been a member of the Normal Boots Club. I clapped my hands over my mouth in sheer surprise. And now that she's won a match, it's official! But what about the boots? You know, they're an important symbolic gesture and all, but they're just gold-plated boots. We can get new ones. So they weren't gold-plated! Why did they say they were solid gold? Oh right, rich kids. We're just gonna ignore that it's gold-plated, not solid gold. Okay. Paul gestured off stage and I turned to see a red-faced Shane with Normal Boots' jacket in hand. I'm sorry that I've been so distrustful, Hana. Welcome to the club. See, that was closer to British. I mean, not much, but it was closer. He lifted the jacket over my shoulders and patted me gently on the back. Tears filled my eyes, and I pulled him into a hug. Oh, she's wearing it now. I hope we can be friends now. We can if you stop hugging me. I released him and he fled back within the crowd. As the other members trickled off stage, I searched for Satch and found him beaming at me from within a haze of reporters and curious inventors. My heart started racing and suddenly a memory flashed to my mind. What is your dream? What will you do after that one's accomplished? Whoa, why did I change his voice there? My dream, I've achieved it. New friends, the Normal Boots Club, winning the tournament. I had everything I wanted. So, now what? What do I do? And what do I do now? I returned to my room, calm in my heart. I couldn't believe we won the tournament. I won the tournament. I was a part of the Normal Boots Club. I pulled out my keys and braced myself for the inevitable. Who knew what waited for me on the other side of that door? Of course, it's Hana. Hana! Oh, Jesus. Mai pounced on me, emitting a high-pitched wail. I couldn't go! Tell me what happened! Did you win? Of all days, for Mai to have her biggest volleyball game of the year, it had to fall on the same day as the tournament. She was bouncing up and down, jostling me with every jump. Mai, hang on, get off me! She stepped away and I gasped for air. Sorry, and she stared at me in shock. What happened? Mai held a trembling finger to my chest and I looked down. Yeah. You got a Normal Boots jacket! I got a Normal Boots jacket! You won the tournament? You joined Normal Boots? The entirety of the dorm probably heard her. No, the entirety of Japan. She grabbed my hands and spun me in a small circle through our room. I stumbled over miscellaneous piles of books, Mai's backpack, some papers. You did it! You did it! Stop this! Please stop! I'm gonna be sick! The sound of a knock at the door made us both freeze in our tracks.
What?
What's that? Who's there? You don't think they want the jacket back, do you? Of course not. They wouldn't do that, would they? The knock came again. Go open the door. I gulped and approached the door as one would an enraged dog. Then I squeezed shut. I pulled it open. I squeezed shut. Hana? Ian?
Hey.
Hey. Well, yeah, he said it for me. Is Mai there too? Mai poked her head around the corner. Oh, good. Do you mind coming with me? Both of you. Is something wrong? Not particularly. Ian didn't seem like he wanted to explain any further, so Mai and I followed him out to the campus. Oh, congratulations on winning the tournament. Thank you. Man, come next year, I'm totally kicking your ass. We'll see about that. Mai watched as stars glistening in her eyes. I'm in heaven, I'm in heaven. Ian led us to Poppy Hall. As we stepped through its corridors, I had an inkling about where he was taking us. When he stopped in front of the hidden block club room, I realized I was correct. He opened the door and I moved as if to go in first, then apparently thought better of it and gestured for us to go first. Inside, I found a smiling Satch and the Hidden Block Club, who all looked somewhat sheepish. Caddy stood to one side, blood red. Ian came in behind us, shut the door. Ian sighed. I knew it! See? My initial gut reaction was right. It was either Caddy or Wallet. Caddy took the boots. What? I glanced at Caddy, who messed with his hands and stared at the floor. I just noticed the face expression was changing. Mai was shifting through a mixture of emotions beside me. It was probably better he couldn't look at her. It was supposed to be a stupid prank, but then he dropped them and he broke them, so... I took them to get them fixed, and while they were getting repaired, you two came under fire. Everyone took it way harder than I thought they would, considering they're just a pair of boots, so by the time they were fixed, I couldn't bear the thought of returning them. I procrastinated, and y'all started fighting, and then you weren't talking to each other, and it made it harder and harder to return them. I kept thinking about how mad everyone would be, how much you two had suffered. I hid them in the closet, ignored them, but eventually Jeff came across them, and well... I looked at Jeff, who gave me an awkward thumbs up. I'm really sorry, please forgive me! Caddy got down on his hands and knees, then laid on the floor. If you couldn't tell, I gave up on the accent. Please, walk on my head. Please get up.
The hell?
Oh no, you're not getting off the hook that easily. Mai strode over to Caddy and grabbed his ear. Ah! You're coming with me. Mai dragged him off to the ground, then pulled him out of the room. Caddy squealed as he went. Their screams echoed down the hallway until they dissolved into silence. That's what he gets. Well, that's good.
Right on.
Hannah and I can take the boots back to our club room. Our? You mean...
All right.
Whoa, she's got a jacket. It's true. I grinned and shut off my club patch. The newest addition to the Normal Boots Club. You got it. Luke whistled.
Oh, yeah.
Well done, Hannah. No, it wasn't that big of a deal. Anyway, we should get going. Satch grabbed one side of the boots and looked at me.
Yeah.
Right. I grabbed the other end of the boots, which were surprisingly cold. Together, Satch and I lifted the sucker and shuffled towards the door.
Hey!
Satch, I'm gonna beat you next year, got it? We'll see about that. Also, Steven Galaxy's on later tonight, so... Steven Galaxy. Nice.
Yes!
I'll be there. Thus we were on our awkward shuffling way. For some reason, the walk to the clubroom was awkward. The sunset faded and night had fallen around us. Although we technically weren't supposed to still be out, I was used to roaming the halls at night, and since Satch was there with me, I felt safe. I focused on not moving too quickly and trying not to complain about the cramping pain in my fingers. It helped me avoid Satch's eyes. Was it always this tense around him? What changed? Not sure how to handle... Suddenly Satch broke his silence, talking to himself? Me? In a series of quiet mumbles?
Satch.
He jolted as if woken from a dream, nearly dropping the boots. I scrambled to accommodate the sudden shift and wait as he gathered himself. Sorry. No big deal. What were you whispering about?
Well...
Why was he hesitating? Even with the worst of news, Satch usually delivered it effortlessly. My VR machine. People have sent me offers. Some want to buy it, some want to fund me as I develop it. Regardless, I'm going to be fine. I'll be able to stay at Asagao.
Yay!
That's great! Have you found a new dream? Oh. The sudden question took me off guard, and I flushed. So he remembered that too. I was thinking about it earlier. In the past few months, I learned so many things about friendship, trust, honesty, loyalty, choice, even maybe love? I felt myself flush, and I cleared my throat. Not yet, but I'm sure I will. What about you? We finally reached the hallway the Normal Boots Club room was in, and I edged along towards the door. Perhaps... Satch refused to elaborate further, and I I, seeing the door, was content to focus on bringing these blasted boots to the rightful place. Satch opened the door with a deftly maneuvered foot, and we finally brought the boots back to their rightful place, the closet in the back of the room. We released them onto the cushion, and I immediately started rubbing blood back into my hands. Blood? Oh, okay. My fingers. That thing is ridiculously heavy for a pair of boots. Satch held the ring of keys out to me. Care to do the honors? I laughed, taking the keys. I turned to the boots. You were more trouble than you were worth, but I guess I'll get to know you better from now on. All hail the boots! I blew a kiss at them, then shut the door. I held up the keys to the heavens. Oh. May these boots stay forever in their rightful place. With that, I locked the closet door and turned cheerfully to Satch. He was staring at me, eyes shining brightly.
Satch.
Hana.
This might come as a surprise to you. I didn't want to bring it up, not while you were going through so much. But I think I've fallen for you. Oh snap! You're so kind, so hardworking, so... He shook his head at a loss. I was hoping. No, all I wanted to tell you, I admire you. You inspire me. The whole time I was working on the VR machine, I was thinking of you. How you'd react when you first experienced it. What your impression would be. That's why I was able to work so hard, even after I lost my job. When I watched you using it during the tournament, to be honest, that felt better than anything that came after it, even winning. So,
Thank you.
Satch, you, who has been there for me throughout this whole ordeal, who tried to get to the bottom of the boots issue because it was the right thing to do, who stood by my side even when evidence pointed to the contrary. And here I thought my feelings were one-sided.
What?
I laughed and moved to give him a hug. Duh, look at them hug. Satch embraced me and turned, beaming. But when?
I don't know.
It happened somewhere along the way. There wasn't a moment. There were no fireworks. But as time went on, I realized I wanted you by my side, no matter what. I couldn't stand the idea that, for whatever reason, you might not be. I kissed him on the cheek. Shush. Shush, shush, yeah. I lightly smacked him on the shoulder. We ended up sitting there the whole night on the floor of the normal Boots Club room, just talking. Together reflecting on how much we learned from each other. Satch, how to rely on others and trust people, and me, how to believe in my power to change situations, to trust my friends, to be honest. We were so excited and so happy, we hardly noticed time slipping away till it was already dawn. We said our quiet goodbyes in front of Primrose, and I slipped away to sleep. There was a club meeting the next day. After all, I would see him soon. By the time I got to the club room, everyone was already seated and waiting. I made eye contact with Satch. A huge grin spread across his face, and I flushed. Better not look at him. I'd be a dead giveaway. Satch, what's wrong with you? Yeah, you're grinning like a maniac. Is it about your machine? Nope. What, you're not gonna tell us?
No.
Ha! That's not fair. Blech.
Okay. Alright.
I'll tell you when you guess. Okay, you got a puppy. I wish. You found out you're distantly related to Shakespeare.
No.
No, but good guess. You're performing live in concert because you created a boy band with Gerard and 2 other kids from Asagao. Ha! A boy band like that would ever happen. It wasn't a bad idea.
Hey.
Anna, do you have any idea?
What? Me?
Maybe he got an engineering scholarship? I keep telling you, you'll never guess. Oh, it's just a matter of time. For now, why don't we get this meeting started? There's another tournament coming up soon, and we got a new member to inaugurate. Oh yeah, we got to do her initiation ritual. Paul cackled, rubbing his hands together like a grasshopper. Wonderful, wonderful.
Anna.
Don't worry about it, Hana. It won't hurt a bit. And so began the rest of my time at Asagao. Best end! I got the best end! Even though they didn't kiss. Why didn't they kiss? PBG and Hana got the kiss. Yo, what the heck? Satch and Hana just get a hug, while PBG and Hana get the freaking full-on kiss in their little picture. Oh, okay. Yeah, that hood was starting to get... This sweater's actually starting to make me sweat. Okay. This is all basically stuff we're used to. Right. Okay, so what I think about Satch's route. It was interesting, but there were some things about it I didn't like. I mean, especially compared to what I was experiencing with PBG's route. With PBG's route, we really got to, like, interact with PBG a lot. Like, PBG was there, like, the entire route. Like, it made sense. It made sense that PBG was always involved. In Satch's route, Satch was almost never there. I mean, we had our moments with Satch, but it was mostly just me by myself, either running into the Hidden Block Club or running to other characters. And I spent more time having conflict with Mai than even bothering with Satch. So we never really connected like you did with PBG. So it was kind of like a last second thing that me and Satch were a thing, apparently. But I enjoyed the whole Boots, like, plot thing. Like, everyone ousted me. It made for an interesting, like, conflict for the entire route. And I do like that... I really do like that the Hidden Block Club got a lot of attention in this route. Because I do love the Hidden Block guys. They're awesome. They're amazing. I recommend you go check them all out. Every single one of them, because they're all cool. But, yeah. It's, Satch's route was interesting. I wouldn't say I liked it more to PBG's, but it was nice. Oh! Of course. Louder! I want to hear you scream! Scream it to the heavens! Are Maya and Caddy about to end up together in this route? I emerged from my dorm the next morning, ready to head to class, and stopped in front of a spectacle that never in my life would I have expected to see. Oh, what the hell? I steal things and let my friends get in trouble for it. He's wearing a Kappa costume. Cappy. That's actually pretty funny. I am a bad Kappa.
The hell?
Louder! I am a bad Kappa! Mai, what are you doing? You didn't think I was going to just let him get away with this, did you?
What a jerk!
He gave us weeks of suffering! Yeah, but everything worked out okay. You can cut him some slack. I'll cut him some slack when he's dead. Again! I am a bad Kappa! I backed away slowly as other students gathered around the commotion and bumped into someone. Oh, pardon me. Oh, pardon me. I froze. Oh, look at this. Miss Chizukka stood next to Mr. Saitomo, his arm around her waist. These two hooked up. She was absolutely bursting with joy, holding her hand in front of her as if her nails were drying. Oh, Hana, I'm glad you're here. I've been going around announcing it to everybody. I wanted to include my favorite student. Oh, apparently I'm the favorite student. Favorite student. Me and Charles, his name is Charles, have decided to get married. She screamed this last word out to the heavens, as if sending a signal to another planet. I heard it bounce off Mars and ricochet towards Saturn. When? I glanced at Mr. Saitomo, and he winked at me. All at once, I remembered running into him in the dead of night and how he walked me back to my dorm without ever saying a word against my being out. Was it because he was sneaking around to see Miss Shizuka? I stared at the two as Shizuka leaned over to kiss Mr. Saitomo, Charles Saitomo, on the cheek. I had never seen her happier, and Mr. Saitomo seemed 10 years younger in her presence. I shook my head.
Seriously?
I wish you both great happiness. Thank you, Hana. I'm sure we will have it. Yes, I agree. Wait, I did it. Was Mr. Saitomo speaking and I just gave him the Shizuka voice? Damn it. Hold on, I can back up. Oh, here we go. I can do it again. Thank you, Hana. I'm sure we will have it. Yes, I agree. There we go. Miss Shizuka wrapped her hands around Mr. Saitomo's. My prince has finally come. I waved and passed them, give them all the privacy they so clearly desired. As I headed across campus, a voice called out to me.
Hana.
There you are. And how are you doing? I shook my head.
Well...
Satch, life at Asagao Academy never gets easier. No. He slid an arm around my shoulder, grinning mischievously. Okay, maybe some things do. And then that was the end of that extra scene.
Asagao Academy, Normal Boots Club.
Oh snap! I just got the Hana in thing there. Before we end this, let's take a look real fast. Scene picker. Alright, Satch. I'm still missing that scene. And I got everything on here. Okay, so Mai doesn't get to date anybody at the end of this. She does not get with Jared. But on PBG's route, Mai gets with Jared. So, in Satch's route, Mai doesn't really get with Jared, but she finds out about his D&D obsession anyway? So I don't know what's going on there. So Mai doesn't find anything, but at least we get to see Caddy wear a Kappa costume, because why not? Right. So I already said what I think about Satch's route. If you're watching, tell me what you think about Satch's route down below. And of course, as I did last time, actually hold on, this music might be getting a little, I'm hearing it in my freaking, hold on. Okay. Excuse me. Let me know who you want me to go for next. We got John, Jared, Gerard, Continue, and Shane. At this point, I'll just go ahead and replay the first chapter and do all the choices again so we can get some of the other people in there. But if you want me to do these 2 extra routes here at the end there, you're going to have to tell me how to get them without spoiling who they are. Without telling me who they are, tell me how to get these routes, and I may do them if you want me to do those next. Otherwise, vote between the remaining characters. I'm looking at Jared. I might do Jared next. But if no one else votes, that's most likely what's going to happen. I'm going to do Jared's route next. If no one votes, I do expect at least one of you to say something down below. So anyway, this has been an interesting route, and this is Firemac saying bye-bye. See you next time, guys.